Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Can we get a hell yeah? Hello, Jane, Tim. Hey, hope you're all doing well today. See here. Get some of this going here. Drop that stinky link. Hey, Tim, good to see you. I know it's been a while, right? But like the title says, we're back. Now we still got a month and a half till 2025. So I don't like this thing I got going on here. What the hell is up with this circle thing? Just a minute there, Timmy. Timmy! How's that? Okay. All right. Please welcome Tim to the stage.
Hey, what's going on, Spaceman?
Oh, not a lot, man. Good to see you.
Good seeing you.
So everything good? Good in Timmy land?
Well, for the circumstances that I've been under, yeah, it has. I mean, this year's been kind of crappy, but it hopefully it'll turn out better.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year will be better.
Just gotta roll the punches, man. Avoid them potholes in the road.
Yep.
And it's hard not to,
I've had some bumps in the road and stuff like that, but I mean,
Hey, haven't we all? Haven't we all, right? It's the name of the game around here. Hi, buddy.
Especially in this group, I think everybody's had challenges.
Mm-hmm. You got that right. But hey, every day's a new day, right?
Yep, it is.
New day. No. Lord have mercy. Here. So, anything new to report?
Not really. I mean, there hasn't been a lot going on. I mean, there has been some stuff going on, but not really a whole lot right now.
Mm-hmm. How you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good. I did get a bunch of food given to me Sunday. We have a Dollar General down here where I live, and the freezer went out, and so they just had a truckload come in just a day or two before, so they had to get rid of all the food that they had.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
At discounted price?
So a bunch of us got free food from them instead of throwing it away. So that was nice.
Hey, if it's free, it's for me, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I'll take it.
Anything good? Get any pizza or anything?
Pizzas, yes, I got like 15 frozen pizzas.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, they had just got a truckload, evidently. And then I got some chicken nuggets and fries and some other stuff.
Sounds good.
So I was happy to see that though, because I was kind of running low on food.
You got room? You got all that room in your freezer to put 15 pizzas?
Oh yeah, I've got a small deep freezer in my apartment.
Oh, cool.
So I put them in the deep freeze.
Very good.
Hi,
The
Kim.
deep Hey, how are you, sweet Jane?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Hey,
Good.
Brother Ed.
Hello, Jane. So, how's Jane feeling today?
Pretty good.
Good?
Yeah.
That's good. Nice to hear. So, I guess I'll start off with addressing the elephant in the room, so to speak. So, things have been a little different around here last week or so. I'm sure everyone's noticed. And hopefully everything stays cool and, you know, as you can tell, me and Jane are no longer, modded over on the other channel. So if you guys want to visit with us, you're gonna have to come over here, okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think it's for the best. So for right now, I guess everything seems to be cool, and
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it. It's just sometimes shit happens, and you got to deal with it the best way you can. So,
Yeah.
and I think for me and Jane, the decision was made for us, so that made it even easier.
Right.
I'll let Jane, throw her 2 cents in there if she wants to.
Yeah, I got a couple of things to say. First of all, I want to say generally to all veterans today, thank you so very much for everything.
Absolutely.
We have so much to owe. And veterans families, I know we know somebody that sacrificed everything. So I definitely want to thank them. That's the main thing for today. Second, Tim, this is for you, Spaceman, anyone who was a part of my meltdown. I'm very, very sorry. It's not something I like to do. I don't know why. I just I don't know. I took things so personal, and I just carry things inside of me for a long time, and it was some kind of traumatic response, and I just don't like to do that. And I'm very sorry. I should have just disappeared and removed myself and not allowed my feelings to get that way. So I'm very, very sorry for that. I do apologize, and I will remove myself before I do that again. I don't like being vulnerable like that, and it's not me. I'm usually very cool about stuff, but I'm struggling with some things, and I do apologize, especially Tim. You were on panel, and it put you in a bad situation, and Spaceman, same thing. So I apologize. Anyone who was watching and doesn't understand a lot of things surrounding that, and so and I knew there are things we could work through, whatever, I know. And we have. I mean, some things have worked through and some things have come out of the woodwork, and there's big changes from it too. And yeah, there's things we can't go back on. I don't know. I mean, we've been, how do you say it, Spaceman?
We've looked at this in every angle possible, and I think
Yeah.
I think the decisions that were made were, I think they were good for all parties involved. You know, it's, you know, as long as, you know, everyone stays happy and does their own thing and they're happy with what's going on, then hey, more power to us all. You know, it's like sometimes things happen for a reason, and you don't understand them at first, and you can sometimes be disappointed or frustrated, and you know, people say and do things that they don't, that are like out of character for them, and you know, and that's a sign that something's not right, and change needs
Yeah.
to be made. Change is good sometimes. I mean, you know, you can't go on, you know, putting band-aids on things, and
Well, yeah,
you know,
yeah, I get that, you know, and I'd be the first one to tell you that, you know, my year has not been good. But it's getting better. It has gotten better with help. Thank you guys for praying for me, and, you know that I appreciate everything, because
Absolutely.
I could not have done it, especially being as close to my cousin as I was. I don't think I would have gotten where I am now if it hadn't been for some of the choices that I made. By going into the hospital and, you know, the whole mental breakdown and stuff like that. That's not me. I mean, you know, I'll be the first to tell you that unless I'm really, really frustrated and done with what's going on, yeah, I don't usually get that way.
Yeah. I get that.
we understand. We understand, Tim. You know, we all been
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And
Just something I had to work through. And I'm still working through it.
Oh, yeah. We want to be here for you. You know what I mean? We want to make a difference, but truth is we all have our moments, and we're all gone through things, and I don't like to show it. I don't like to do that and be that, but I'm a hot mess like everyone else. And I apologize for that. I'm not like using that as an excuse. I'm saying I'm really sorry for that. Okay. I'm sorry for everybody who I've been that way with in the past year. There's a lot of people I've been that way with, but whether it's been mutual or whatever, I still take accountability for my part and being, you know,
Right.
just being too emotional, letting my emotions get the best of me. It shouldn't be that way. You know, I genuinely I love people that I shouldn't have been so emotional about. And I'm going to take a step back. I am going to like not be on YouTube as much, and focus more on myself and my family, and working through some big issues that I have right now. They're issues and they do need addressed. So, but I just want to make sure that, especially you, Tim, I'm very sorry. I don't want you to think of me any different, because I'm not a bad person. I'm really,
You aren't.
I'm sorry.
You aren't. And it's okay. I completely get it. I understand. Because I mean, you know, I'm traveling down that road now. So, you know, I mean, none of us are perfect.
Yep. I totally agree. And I would just like to address Tay right now. Tay, hey, you know, thanks for hopping in here and saying your piece. And, you know, same here, brother. You know, there was no, there was, what am I trying to say? I wasn't trying to offend you. I really wasn't. And, you know, yeah, maybe I cross the line with some things I say once in a while, but, you know, hey, man, there's no hate in my heart. Okay. You know,
Right.
I made a mistake. You know, you were man enough to come in here tonight, and I appreciate your comment. And as far as I'm concerned, it's water under the bridge, and
It is. It is.
you're a
And
young you're a young man. You have your whole life ahead of you. You know, you're a smart individual, and you know, I truly believe that you will be successful. Okay.
Hi, Tay.
one day, you know, I will be successful. You know, I mean, I'm, you know, I may not be successful in money ways, but, you know, as far as being successful, you don't have to be a billionaire and be successful.
No,
Right.
absolutely not.
Success is like the quality of human being you are is the most important success you can have. And I think you've won that, Tim.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's what matters the most. So, you know, I think it's really good that we can like be at this place and there are things we can all move past and I'm glad for forgiveness. I'm glad people can forgive. There's still places to go and things, but like anyone I've had beef with in the past year, you know,
Yeah.
I do apologize. I don't want to call people out by name, you know what I mean? But like that's very important for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you can't.
just, you know,
It's difficult to carry things like that on your shoulders every morning when you wake up, and you got to think about, you know, rehash it in your mind and think
Yeah.
about, was I wrong or was I right? You know, it's like, I think overall we're all individuals, and as long as we can, you know, accept each other for who we are, and you know, and and just be caring, and you know, have empathy for people who are not having a good time or a good day or something, you know, in pain or any type of, you know, black clouds that may be hanging around. You know, I mean, I think we all go through that, and
yeah,
I think we're here for each other, and I think that's the most important thing. And yeah, like, you know, like Tim was saying, there's bumps in the roads with everything, you know, life and friendships and everything. You just got to get past it and try to be the best person you could possibly be. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not everything can be, you know, corrected in this world, but you know, as long as people try to, you know, accept people for who they are and everything, then that's all you can do. You know, you can't spend your whole life trying to make somebody the way that you think they should be. You got to just accept people and love them, and just, you know, just accept, and that's it. You know, because no one's perfect. I mean,
Uh,
I am far from perfect. I know that. I'm the one that has to look in the mirror every day. Okay, so trust me, I know.
Yeah.
If I judge anyone, I judge myself. You know. So
uh,
oh yeah, we
that
all do
being
that.
that being said, um,
so you all don't worry about it. It's water under the bridge. Never to
exactly.
be up again.
Can't dwell on things. You can't hold grudges. You can't. You just. It's not
Exactly.
good. It's not good for a person to do that. It's very unhealthy. You
Yep.
know, and stress is not a good thing. It really isn't. best thing is to just find the best way to move on so that all parties are happy, and that's it. What else can you do? I mean, we're not God, we're just, we're his people, and we have to see things for what they are, and take it for what they are and try to do the best thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So we can have, maybe we're meant to be in people's lives for a season. Who knows? Maybe it's a lifetime, but like we can learn from each other and we can forgive each other, and then we can have fun, right?
Absolutely.
See, we've had a lot of that. So like,
yeah,
that's why, Spacemen, I have had talks, and I've just been like, you got to keep the channel. You got to come back, because there's people that really depend on it and enjoy it. And you just basically got started. We don't know how much good it's doing for people, how much people enjoy it. And
yeah.
So,
and
I know
the thing about
sorry, just getting things rolling here in my head. I like, I think it's good for all of us. I enjoy it. I don't look forward to coming on here and trying to figure out what mess we're gonna have to dig ourselves out of. I don't look forward to that. I look forward to coming in and see how everyone's doing, and just have a friendly conversation, and laugh and joke, and there's gonna be some serious talk, and there's gonna be some lighthearted talk. Just you got to have a moderation of everything. You can't just have one thing all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anyway,
I'm open to anybody. I'm going to be welcoming. I'm going to be kind and not be defensive, and I'm not going to be emotional. I'm going to keep myself in check. If not, I'm going to like disappear. Right? Okay. I'm going to, I just can't be on here all the time. It's, it's a lot. So.
Well, yeah, it is. And, I appreciate each and every one of you all for what you have done for me, because you guys do not know how this channel has impacted me.
That's great.
Year.
That's wonderful, Tim.
Therapy comes in many ways,
Exactly.
It really does, if you got to talk about things and, talk things out between us, or even just laugh. Laughing is a good, real good medicine for me. I love getting, into it and laughing and having a good time. It really is.
Oh yeah.
It's
cool. I'm not into having, how they call that, disagreements all the time. I mean, that gets old, and it's not healthy. It sucks. It's not fun. If I want to have a disagreement, I'd call my mother. I wouldn't come by
right.
YouTube.
Absolutely. I mean, if I want to go back to the way that it was, then yeah, I'll continue calling Mom every single day and getting my brains beat. I mean, that's the reason why I said whenever I said that I was done, I truly meant that I was done. I turned over a new leaf.
That's awesome. Yeah, you kind of know your limits, right? When you reach it, when you reach them, that's your limit. And you're like, you're either going to blow, or you're going to like turn around, or something.
Yep.
I think I blew.
Tay has classes tomorrow and 2 job interviews. How about that?
Good job, Tay. For some reason, I'm not seeing chat on my laptop.
Well, we'll send you out prayers, man. Good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck. Hey, man, you got it. Just put your mind to it. You can do whatever you want. You're a young man. You got the world by its balls right now. You do your
for sure.
thing, be yourself, and you'll see success come.
Yeah, let me know how it goes, Tay. You know I'm always backing you, buddy. I'm always behind you, for sure. I love you, so I love everyone.
Yes.
I really do.
Yep.
I support you all.
And I support each and every one of you. I mean, each and every one of you all have, like I said, is
I gotta
nothing.
let my dog out. Sorry. You gotta go potty.
Okay.
All right. I see you. I see you.
We're all crazy here, Tim, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I do want to say, I wasn't sure I was going to say this. I didn't want to single out anybody, but I am going to say, no, most people don't know this history, but okay, to Robin and Elaine and T, I do want to apologize to you guys too for my role in our sordid relationships, whatever. I'm gonna take my accountability in that, and just while I'm at it, I just think I need to do that. Just to everybody. I just really do. Sometimes I'm just way too emotional. I get too wrapped up in things that I shouldn't get wrapped up in. And it's really hard to have online relationships with people too. It's really hard. It's a difficult thing.
It is.
I don't know. It's just so hard to love people from afar, to really get to care about people and not truly to know them. Like, if you can't see them face to face and spend time with them face to face, I don't know. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
do you
know what?
find that?
If I've had any part in anything, I want to say that I'm sorry too for what I said, because maybe I've come up a little gruff and stuff like that. So I definitely want to apologize to you all too.
You? I don't think you've ever done that.
Well,
I don't think you have that in you.
I can be.
You've always been a gentleman, as far as I've seen, Tim.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard a bad thing out of your mouth. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But Jane, on the other hand,
That's right.
I'll be honest.
I'm a hot bitch.
That came with, I think that came with my turning over a new leaf. Back in February. I was tired of people treating me like crap.
Good. I've seen a huge change in you, Tim, from, when we first met you. And I love that. That's huge. That's very important. And I'm really proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
Great.
I definitely, when you first came on here, you could tell something was really bothering you, Tim. We could see it in your face.
Yeah.
But it seems like you've really got whatever was really hurting you under control, and you got your doctors involved and everything, and that's good. And it's good that you come in here and let some of it out too. You don't let it out. Sometimes that feels good, and you don't have to go. You don't even have to leave your house. Your therapist comes and sees you, right? You don't have to go see.
Hi, Jody.
Right. You know, I'm still
JS Wilk 830 is in the hay house.
like the old Tim that was back whenever I was a small child again. You know, which is the first time in probably 30 years. You know, so yeah,
And you got 15 free pizzas, man.
like,
That's gotta
Wow, that's
make
a
you
lot.
pretty happy.
yeah. So it's-
Jody, how long have you been in chat?
She's been here about 5-10 minutes.
If you haven't heard my apologies, Jody, I'm sorry for my emotional outburst or just letting too much emotions come out. So I apologize. I'm gonna have more restraint, and I just apologize.
She only had 2 doggies to talk to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Jody's
Hey.
she's always a bright spot in the chat, you know. She always
Yeah.
lightens it up in here. God
Hey,
bless her.
good luck. I love you, and let me know how things go, okay?
So you saw the Christmas decorations that we were at today, Lowe's.
Yeah, I wanted to get a few, but I didn't really like what they had, but I still like Christmas cheers me up so much. I just really had a good day. My pain was probably, instead of being like an 8 all the time, it was probably a 4 when I got out of physical therapy, and I was like, that's a huge win. And then we
Right.
went to brunch and then walked around Lowe's, and I was like, it was a great day. I needed it. Christmas is my time. I just love Christmas.
right.
You get some good sleep tonight, Tay.
Yeah,
You wash your hands after you poop.
really.
That's what he says. He says you gotta
Wait, who's he telling to poop? He's telling us to poop?
see y'all later. Make sure you poop and wash your hands too. I wash my hands like 4 or 5 times a day. I can't stand having dirty hands, especially like touching dog treats or dog toys or dogs. You know, got to keep your hands clean.
You think we should wash our hands before we poop too?
No, that's waste.
Never really thought about that.
I don't know. It's like, why do you got to wash your hands after you poop? It's not like you're wiping your ass with your hands. You're using toilet paper. I mean, what kind of like germs could you possibly be getting on your hands?
No, spaceman. That's awful close to that stuff.
I mean, your cell phone and your keyboard's going to have more germs than a piece of toilet paper. You know, the toilet paper is what's getting dirty, not your hands. I mean,
Unless it's the one ply stuff.
The Scott brand.
unless your finger pokes through, you know, then you got a problem. But
The Clint Eastwood toilet paper, rough and tough, and won't take crap off anybody.
I use Angel Soft, so there's no pokage through, you know.
I remember that stuff back in school. We had that stuff in school. That one ply stuff.
It was like tissue paper, wrapping paper.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I hated that stuff.
Imagine using corn cobs to wipe your ass with. Oh God.
That's the olden days. Like the Sears catalog.
The Sears catalog. That was my favorite part with the lingerie and everything. I love
Oh
looking
no,
at
but toys.
when the Sears catalog came in. I was like, all right. What do
It
we
was a
got?
toy.
What we got? I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah, I don't even remember lingerie.
The granny panties and everything you see, you're like, whoa. It was like you're like pre-Playboy days, you know. It's like the Sears catalog was kind of like you're ramping up, you know. You kind of get a taste of it, then all of a sudden you move on to like Playboy and Penthouse and stuff, and you're like, yeah, this is the real shit now.
You can speak for yourself there. That's not my progression at all. Not at all.
Oh man, I remember my mom found one time, and she didn't make a big deal out of it, but she said something like, "Hey, I like your magazine there when I was making your bed this morning." Oh my God, here's a real funny story. This is hilarious. This lady I used to work with back in the day, she said her son used to put the magazine in a Ziploc bag and take it in the shower with him. Now that is that's thinking.
Oh my gosh.
I heard that. I was laughing my ass off. She was too. She was like, oh my God, I remember that day. Oh my God. Her name was Kim. And you think I have no filter? This lady was something else, man. She come from like the backwoods, you know, and she was like total country and anything goes. You couldn't say anything make this lady, you know, roll her eyes. I mean, anything went with her. And she sat next to me for like a couple of years. She was something else. Oh my God.
Exactly, Jody. You're exactly right. Seen one, you've seen them all.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes you run into something a little different, but
Not much.
Women don't.
okay. Well, that's good then. I mean, I've known some women that are pigs. They love that shit. Like, oh, they're totally into it. You know, they like the first thing out of their mouth is, "You got any pornos?" I'm like, yeah, I think it's gonna work between us. Oh, God. I gotta zip it. Enough. I'm taking it too far again.
You are what you are.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. So I got to figure out what's for dinner tonight. I made my chicken and dumplings last night. Finally, ate that. I got some left, but I'm not in the mood for that tonight. I'm not sure what the hell I'm gonna make, but not even really hungry. I'm not even really that hungry, but.
Did you put in an order for those pumpkin empanadas?
I wrote it down, but I wasn't awake today. So, what is today? Tuesday, Monday? Yeah.
Monday.
Sometime by
Monday.
the end of the week, I should have them. Yeah, and that chicken with the cranberry and stuffing built into the chicken. That sounds good.
I don't think they're at your store because I can't find them at your Sam's Club.
Okay. I got to take a break real quick. I got something brewing. Sorry.
It's okay. Tim and I'll chat with Jody. It'll be fine. All right, Tim, tell me how your day was. Like, what'd you do today?
No, my day was okay. I got a little bit down today, but just knowing that it's almost been 9 months since we buried my cousin. I mean, that got me down a little bit, but it's okay.
You got to look at it this way. It's been 9 months since your cousin's gone to be with the Lord and be happy and healthy and in paradise, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only way I get through deaths, which there's been many of my family. So the only thing we can ever change in bad situations is our attitude and our beliefs about it.
Yeah.
And I think you've done that this year. I've seen you do that.
I have, but it's come with a lot of hard times though.
Absolutely. That's a hard process. That's a habit to do. To change our brain, the way our brain processes things. It's very hard. It takes a long time. But you have everything to do that. You have the faith to do it. You have everything. You have the smarts, you have everything good to do that. So you're on your way, just keep the confidence and keep believing.
Well,
You're doing great. You really are.
thank you.
And it's okay to like grieve for someone and miss that person. It really is. But like the only way to get through it is to kind of think that way that, do you truly believe your cousin's happy and,
Yeah,
yes. So you can be happy for them.
yeah,
Do what you got to do to get through it, because you know that yourself, maybe you're not quite as strong yourself. So you got to do what's best for you too. So if you have to like change your attitude with that for you to survive and for you to do good yourself, then you're doing yourself a favor too. So I don't know, maybe seems stupid, but
no, and I think you are right. I am, doing myself a favor by, not really. I mean, yeah, I still think about it, but now I think the transformation that I've had, I think has really opened my eyes to clearly see the good that came out of it.
yes.
My cousin's in no more pain. She's able to breathe without oxygen. I mean, there was just so much wrong the 6 months that she lived before she died. There was so much wrong that I don't know if I could do that with as much as she had wrong. Her liver was failing. The lungs were bad. I mean, the heart was bad. So yeah, I mean, there was not a lot left.
Yeah, sometimes people just hold on for their families, That's
I think that's what she was holding on for because honestly, I remember this the morning that I talked to her, which she was in a coma. But the family told me that it was okay to say what I wanted to say to her before something happened, because I might not get another chance. And she died like 10 minutes after I said it. After I got finished talking to her, she lasted 10 minutes and then went.
yeah.
Well, she might have been waiting for your final words, man. She wanted to hear from you.
I honestly think that's what she was holding on for.
Yep, probably.
It's exactly how it worked with my wife. You know, she had her, what's that? The priest comes in and does the final blessing or whatever.
Final last rites.
Yeah, the last rites. Yep. And we were all in there with her, and uh, everybody left. It was just me and her. I said everything I had to say, and I gave her a big hug and told her I'd see her. You know, I'd see her when it's my time. So I mean, it's not easy. It really isn't. And it took a while for it to sink in because it was just like you get that numb feeling. It's just like
Yep.
it's not registering. It's like what's happening, but
Yeah.
it's almost like you feel like you're in a fucking dream or a nightmare or something. You can't wake up from it.
That's
Then all
exactly
of a sudden,
how I felt.
you know. But she's in a better place. Yes, definitely. She doesn't have pain anymore. She doesn't have to worry about diabetes.
Yep.
She's somewhere where I'm sure she's serving the Lord up there. She was an angel. I mean,
Oh, I know she is.
there wasn't a bad thing about her. Not a mean bone in her body.
Right.
So I'm not worried one bit. I know damn well she's in a good place. So and she deserves it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Just takes time, man. Even losing a pet. Losing a pet is like it's hard for me. It's like waking up and not seeing that tail wagging and stuff. It's like something you're used to, and it's all of a sudden it's not in your world anymore. It's like you miss it. You really do. But you know, God is gives us a strength.
Yeah.
And that's part of living. It's part of life. You got to deal with it. And
Yeah.
we all find closure in our own ways.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take. It's not a 1 week thing, a 1 month thing. It could take years, and sometimes never. I mean,
Yeah.
The memories are there. That's the nice thing. I like. It's nice to have the memories and all the videos and pictures and everything. I mean, it's a nice reminder of the good times. And it's like thank God for videos and pictures. It's like
Yeah.
I've got a picture of my cousin Now, this picture was taken whenever she was pregnant with her daughter, and it's been 21 years. It was 21, well, about 21 years since that picture was taken. I've still got that picture on my phone.
Wow.
I've got that picture on my phone. And at first, after she died, I couldn't look at it because it reminded me of everything.
Yeah, it takes time. It does take time to look at pictures and stuff because you can't do it right off the bat. You know, you got to be ready for it. You gotta want to see it. You know, it's like sometimes when you're grieving, it's very hard to
Yeah.
think about it. You know, it's like
It took
Just
me,
coming from a heart full of love, like a full cloud. A cloud full of rain can only hold so much. That's just your heart full of love. So
yep. It's a good way of putting it. I like that.
yes, I do too.
we know how much we can all handle for different things. Some people are more sensitive, and people can tell you, you shouldn't grieve so long, whatever. But
Yep.
no, that's not true. My dad died in 97, and I still would give anything to have him here. And we're all weak at times. We are all weak. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Right.
I can be a hot mess. And yeah, most of the time I'm cheerful and happy and here for people, but not always. Not always. I can be difficult, and I can be depressed, and I can be sad. And if we all told our story, like, people would probably be shocked. You know what I mean? Like, jaws would drop and just be like, holy crap. And maybe it would help some people. But
Yeah.
no,
We're not
probably all.
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. I'm just saying maybe we all have something that, I don't know, that I don't know. We all,
we're not robots, we're not programmed like a computer, we're like living human beings with emotions and a heart and soul, and you can't have like a specific time to grieve, you just can't do that. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
yeah. And life seems to be cumulative, right? You'll be doing good, and you'll be doing good, doing good, and then you don't know. Someday just takes one little thing, and then bam,
Yep.
all of a sudden, like 30 years of whatever, all this stuff hits at once. And unfortunately, that's kind of what happens with me sometimes. And I don't like that. You can try to avoid it all you want, but you never know. You never know, and that's going to creep up on you and hit you. So, like, I just kind of hope nobody's around me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not always like the case, but I prefer to just be alone and not like involve anyone in that. So I don't know. Some people need support and want support during those times, but I'm more kind of private and need a good 3 days. That's usually my time period. Like, give me 3 days. Jay needs to go be alone, sort things out, and I'll be back to being happy and cheerful. But we all got different time frames, and we all have different what we can handle at the moment. So
And that makes us
Amen.
just tell people, just tell people what you need. Like, I've told people, like, hey, you got to leave me alone right now. You got to back off for a few days, or do this, or, you know what I mean? People will respect that. Or if you need someone, if you say, listen, I'm going to need you around for a week, please be here for me, whatever, people will be there for you too. But
Yeah.
It's called support, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
See, Jody likes the stories. She likes people's stories. I kind of do too sometimes, Jody.
Yeah. So who all Not well. No, I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna ask because that's gonna bring out problems. So
You can ask anything you want. I feel emotionally well today.
well,
Spaceman, how are you doing?
I was gonna
What
say
we doing?
who all
Hey,
actually was it that started all of that conversation off?
Which conversation?
The conversation where everybody blew up on everybody.
you talking last week?
Yes.
Oh, I can tell you. I started the conversation because the name of the stream, and then I called him out and said, okay, well, let's talk about the name of the stream. So to be fair, I did that. He wasn't going to discuss it, but I said, no, let's talk about it because I guess just that kind of just had me worried or whatever. And I don't know. So in a way, it was me. He wasn't going to talk about it. So I'll take the blame for that for sure.
She asked me, she wanted an answer. I gave it to her, and wasn't she didn't particularly appreciate my answer, but you know.
Well, there were a lot of triggers for me. Okay. Like not so much, not personal for you, personal for me and my situation and things. And it just came out like a stress response. Okay. Like I said, I didn't mean to have all those emotions. And then just like, I don't know. I think I care too much about people at times, and I've got to learn to just back off of that. I really do. Because it's gotten me in trouble. I've cared too much about some other people, and I know now to back off because I got nothing in return. And I'm going through that right now, and it's taught me to harden myself now. You know what I mean? Like not let it bother me. I'm just going to be kind of cold about it. I'm going to be cold and hard, and it won't happen again. And I will call out things. And I should have listened to certain people a long time ago when they tried to warn me, but like I'm stupid and I think I can change the world and I can help people. And you know what I mean? Like Jane's going to save all the puppies and all the kitties, and it's not going to happen. So I got to stop. I got to worry about myself because I've always like, to the detriment of myself. And people have told me this, and my husband told me this, and now he's like, past few days, he's been very proud of me. You know, he's like, you could have listened to me a long time ago, you know? So it's like, I don't listen. I'm stubborn. I still think, oh no, I can make a difference. I can save these people. I can help. You know, they have nobody. They have no one but me, blah, blah, blah. They're like, rose-colored glasses are stupid. I'm going to need to throw them away. Right?
Yeah.
I need to get in the real world. So I have to do that. I have to back off, and I will always love people. And, but I got to start loving myself a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. So
we love you, Jane.
Spaceman knows. He'll trigger me, right?
Mm-hmm. If I
Because
trigger
he's like a brother.
like I say, you know, I deserve what I get. You know, if I, you know, sometimes I don't take people's feelings into consideration when I'm running my mouth. So it's like, you know, sometimes I need to take a couple steps back and say, hey, you know, could you have acted a little bit differently, maybe a little bit more compassionate, you know? But,
Right.
You know, but when, you know, especially on a live, when something comes out, you know, you can't take it back. It's there, you know, and so.
I can be fierce too. You know, I can be pretty fierce. That's one thing.
We understand that, Jane. We understand that.
I think all those years of never being fierce, I just took so much abuse and so much crap that like, I don't know. Now it comes out the wrong way. I have fight or flight. I really do. You saw fight or flight, and I didn't fly. I should have flown, but it just came out as fight, and I don't ever want to do that again because that's not me. So I do apologize to both of you. I apologize to anyone who had to witness that. I really do. I sincerely mean that.
And Jane is in a much better place right now. Trust me. From a few days ago, oh boy, it's like I'm hearing angry Jane, and I'm like, oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to hear her back to normal.
Yeah.
Well, almost. I'm still like, there's some situations that, hopefully nobody messes with me right now. There's a situation that would be good for nobody to call me out and be shady behind the scenes. Okay, that person needs to just.
There's no need for it now. I mean,
yeah,
it's been a few days. I believe the dust has settled. I think everybody kind of is in agreement with how things have changed, and I think it should be good. I don't think there should be any more distractions or arguments or anything. So I mean,
is that Jody?
Jody. Sorry, I was yelling at Bruno.
Oh, that's okay.
I said, down, boy. He was trying to, I don't know, jump up on me to say hello. And of course, he's wet from his paws coming inside. Dang dog.
Yeah, Marvin's wet. He's been wet.
He brought in his stinky baby that I tell him is not allowed in the house, and he brings it in anyway.
Aww.
My whole house runs amok. Nobody listens to me. What's happening around here?
That's totally true.
Amok.
Amok.
Bruno,
tomorrow is Bruno's birthday. He's 4 years old tomorrow.
Wow.
We need to get him some presents.
Aww.
That's such a
Baby.
cool name, Bruno. I love that name.
I got to go out and buy this crazy dog some presents because somebody, meaning me, thought it was a good idea when he was a puppy, when we first got him, to teach him how to open presents.
Yeah.
He's a little
You ever tried?
Oh, that's cute.
And now anytime he sees anything gift wrapped, he assumes it's for him.
Uh-oh.
Crazy dog.
That makes Christmas a challenge.
Oh my gosh. I have video of this dog ripping through his Christmas presents. Like, you all would be hysterical.
I got videos like that. My Maltese used to like ripping open presents.
That's cute.
You ever try the Bark Box, Jody?
I have not. And you know why? Because I'm cheap. I'll be honest with you. But Bruno does not lack for anything in his life. Trust me when I tell you that.
Oh, I believe it. I did try it. We did it for a few months, and when Marvin was a puppy, and he really loved it. And there were some cool toys in there, and different little treats, which it was hit and miss with the treats. Some of them he cared for, some he didn't, and but one month was called, like, they have like a theme for each box. For every Bark Box, it's a different theme. Like 1 month it was Scooby-Doo box, and it was all like Scooby-Doo toys and stuff. Then another month was Heavy Metal Dog Month, and that was a cool one. It came with like a little dog record, and it came with like a guitar that has a strap that goes around his neck, and it said like, I can't remember what it said, but it was like in Judas Priest letters, but it said like Judas Dog or something like that.
That's cool.
And, oh God, all kinds of cool things. Some of them are really cool, but they started getting lame. They're like, and they're not cheap. They're like $35 a month. And it was fun for a while. I think it was more fun for us than it was fun for him, but it was cool. It was big when it first came out, and like I said, they started getting really lame, and the treats were going to waste. I was like, all right, that's enough of this. he's kind of routine. He likes his bacon strips or his the Morrow snacks from Milkbone. He likes those, and he likes his Caesar dog food. That's it. He very routine orientated.
Bruno has never met a cookie that he has not liked. However, I will preface it with this. Until I went to the pet store the other day and I found a whole bunch on sale, like they were clearancing them out, right? So I'm like, oh man, I'm going to buy these cookies. Bruno's going to love them. Do you know that this dang dog will not eat those cookies? And they're not, they were clearance down. Like they're not like a cheap brand of cookie. They're like an expensive cookie that I normally wouldn't buy.
Mhm.
And I thought to myself, is it mental? Does he know that I got them on sale? Or he just wants to give me a run for my money? I'm like, you know what? This dog he's a brat.
Marvin can be very picky. Very,
Just
very
like,
picky.
dude, you're living in the wrong house if you think, I'm buying $10 bags of cookies. You're crazy.
Oh my God, these baguette strips are like $13-14 now.
I know, right? I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm just like, what is happening in the world? I go to Sam's, and I see that, how they have those, the dog, like, I don't know, like the beef jerky that's dried out, they're like $24 a bag. I'm like, listen, I love you, but I don't love you that much.
Yeah.
You ever hear of a dog liking catnip?
No.
Yeah. My mom's
That's
neighbor,
wild.
okay, my mom's next door neighbor has a cat, and she gives him, a catnip inside this little toy. Well, her dog goes over there, right? And he discovered this catnip toy. And he sat there. She said he sat there and licked the shit out of that thing. He loved it. And when they went home, he was like whining at the door, like he was addicted to it. He wanted more. He wanted that.
Does he get high?
Huh?
He gets high from it?
I guess either that or just something about it he really likes. Because
Oh, wow.
he had a hard time getting it away from him because he was digging it so much, And he's a Maltipoo, okay? He's just a little Maltipoo, and he's picky as hell too. And he just went apeshit over this little toy with catnip inside it. So I told my mom,
Oh.
go get one for him if that's what he likes. I mean,
Maybe someone did a little something sneaky in the catnip factory. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Maybe I should get some catnip. Fire it up, see if there's any effects.
If you start
got-
pooping in litter boxes, we'll know.
I can't imagine catnip is real expensive. Oh, we lost Jody.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So catnip,
Rarge.
is that supposed to make cats high or something? Is that like cat weed or something?
Yeah, like winds them up.
I don't know anything about
It calms down my hyper kitty. My hyper kitty that's really bad, it kind of calms her down, but some of the other ones, there she is.
Sorry. Every time my phone rings, somebody calls me, it throws me offline for some reason.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
And you know how you have that one friend who's always in an emergency? I'm just like, come on, it's 8:00 at night. I need a break.
Oh, yeah, you told us about her.
I'm telling you. And she's got me low jacked, Jane. I swear to goodness.
She's got you low jacked.
I swear to goodness. She always knows where I am, when I'm from. Like, come on now. Blow up my phone. My husband is like, she's like your second husband. She's always calling you. I'm like, I know.
She put an air tag on you.
I'm telling you. Sometimes I want to hide.
Yeah, I'm not good with that kind of stuff.
Well, it's like, that one person who they ask you for your advice and you give it to them and they never take it and they're always going around the same block over and over and over again. And then you eventually stop giving them advice because you realize that it's fallen on deaf ears, but she still
Yeah.
continues to make the same mistakes over and over again, and then asks the same questions. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you anymore, because
This could be a possible fix to that problem. Instead of giving her advice, in your mind, think about what she's going to do. If you give her your advice, she's not going to do it. She's going to do her thing. So what you got to do is think about what she's going to do, and just tell her to do that. Then maybe it'll reverse the situation, and she'll go and do what you originally thought you were going to give her advice for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that sounds kind of complicated, but
no, I understand.
Reverse
but
psychology.
figure out what
Right.
she would
Thank you,
do,
Jane.
and just give her that advice. She might probably do the opposite thing if I do that. That's a good idea. She might actually start to listen.
Yeah. Probably not.
I know. She's my age, and so if she hasn't figured it out by now, she ain't never gonna figure it out. So I just try to keep my business to myself and not say anything.
Well, you're good if you can do that, because after a while, yeah.
Can't remember the last time I asked for advice. I don't
See,
know.
men are smart. They don't ask for advice, but women, we voluntarily give it, whether somebody wants it or not. That's my lesson. I got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to think of something to do, how I should do it or something, I just go on Google, ask Google. That's my advisor, I guess.
Yeah. What did we do before Alexa? I don't know.
Right?
I ask Alexa everything.
Right?
Yeah. I Google everything. That's the truth.
These kids in high school must have it made. I mean, when they get homework and they don't know the answer, all I gotta do is Google it. I mean, Jesus Christ, what's everybody in high school have A+? I mean,
That,
how can anybody in high school get a wrong answer when you got Google right on your phone? I mean,
yep.
seriously.
Yeah.
A teacher comes up to you, asks you a question. Hold on a second. No, you can ask Google.
Yep. I never had stuff in school.
Now everything's AI,
Yep.
Oh Lord. We don't even need schools anymore. Just give everybody a cell phone. That would cut the taxes and so much.
Oh well, yeah.
No more school. Here's your here's your homework assignments. They're due the next day. Just do them on your phone.
Yep.
Oh my.
Shit. I didn't have a computer till I was in my first or second year of college. That thing was worthless. It wasn't hooked up to the internet or anything because we didn't have internet. I mean, we had dial-up, not like it is when it first started with AOL. I mean, you had to use a little 300 baud modem, and you could connect to. You actually had to call another computer, another database or something. You couldn't just Google something. There was no Google or anything. It was you had a library. That was it. Yep.
Yep.
Then the high speed came out in 99. I was like, oh my God, that was the best thing ever.
Yep.
Good old days, weren't they? Good old days.
Yeah.
No dating sites. You had to go out and, walk up to a girl and say, just give it a shot. If it didn't work, that's it. That profile was looking right at her, It's none of this shit where you make your fake profile on a dating site and talk to God. You don't even know if you're talking to who you're talking to. I mean,
Yep.
I think at the time you're talking to a computer.
What's funny about that? When I first started, when I was dating my husband, for a while, his mom didn't like me and one of his friends, female, my friend who was a female, and she would call. Well, it's before we actually were dating. We were all hanging out together. She would call to get him to come down to her house, and so we could all hang out. There was like a group of 10 of us. She would hang up the phone as soon as like my friend Kelly would call him. She would hear her voice and just hang up. And we could never get a hold of him, because there were no cell phones at that time. So it was so frustrating. So like there was no way to ever like get a hold of him. And I look back on those days. I'm like, I don't even know how we ended up dating. Like we just had to wait and hope that he showed up. And luckily he liked me enough to like come to my house and like see me. I'm like, oh my gosh, if we had cell phones back then, it would. I don't know. Kids are so lucky to have all that technology now.
Yeah, I wish. I sometimes I wish we did have cell phones back then, but I wouldn't go back and change things. It was more exciting, to do it in person and
Right.
that excitement to see the person you were like, had a crush on or whatever, and go out and whatever, hang out, because we always used to hang out. I always felt comfortable with friends. I always was uncomfortable to be alone with a girl, because I was thinking in the back of my mind, how am I going to keep this conversation rolling, blah 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 blah. It's like I drive myself nuts. But if we were hanging out with people, it was made it a lot easier that way. That was like our chat room. It's like we always had someone's house to hang out. And thank God my parents were cool. They'd let us, hang out downstairs. We had like a ping pong table and darts and video games and music and stuff like that, keep us busy and occupied. We'd watch movies and stuff, and it was fun. Summertime we had a big pool, and everybody come over, and as long as we were quiet, kept it to an adult roar. My parents wouldn't say shit. They were just happy that pool was getting used, and they liked my friends. My dad liked the girls that would come over, and my mom liked the guys. It was funny because my friends didn't have to knock; they just like walk in, like it was like a comedy show on TV. It's like everybody knew each other so well that it was just like, oh, Mark's here, or Rob's here, or Corey's here. They just walk right in. Hey, talking, and what you got to eat, and I know my friend Corey would come in, and he asked my mom to make him instant mashed potatoes with ketchup. That was his favorite thing. And she'd be like, oh, yeah, sure.
Gross.
It was fun. My parents, they dug it. Because my friends they were decent people. They weren't like thugs or bad people. They all had. They all lived in our neighborhood. Everybody knew each other because our houses are like on top of each other. And it was just like if you wanted to go to someone's house, you just had to walk. Walk a couple houses up or cut through backyards and stuff. And
Yep.
We were lucky that way because it was nice.
Yeah.
But
is Jody backstage?
No.
Oh, she got kicked off again.
She's giving her friend advice.
Oh, maybe. She probably called her back. She probably thought I better take it or she's going to keep kicking me off.
Jody ought to give her your number. Call Jane. She'll give you some advice.
Give your friend my number. Yeah.
Y'all, I'm going to get off here and stuff like that. It's good talking to y'all again. And I hope,
Okay, Tim. Well,
I hope that we can get together again. I really do.
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Keep your eyes on.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, you got your notifications on? You
Yes.
hit the little bell
Yes.
for this channel. So if I send out a notification, you know we're gonna go. So.
Yep.
I always forget people to do that. Tell people to do that. It's like, I hear it every day on everyone else's channel. Like,
Right.
subscribe and hit that bell so you know when we're going live. And I never ever say that ever. That's probably the first time I've said that. So, like,
Well,
subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Tim. Love you and have a good night. Okay.
You too. I love you all.
Tim, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming in. It was good to see you.
All right.
God bless. Take care, brother. We'll see you soon.
Night.
Night. Night.
Who we gotta get up here is James. Where the hell's James tonight?
Yeah, where is James? Maybe he's busy.
Yeah, he messaged me a few times. Yeah, he might be busy or something, but he can be part of the replay gang.
Yeah, the replay. Hi, James. If you're watching, we missed you. Come see us next time. Sorry we missed you tonight. Maybe there's still time. Maybe he'll see we're on. He'll come in.
We've been on for 1 hour and 31 minutes.
Wow, doesn't seem that long, does it?
No. This is
Are you feeling better now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Feeling real good. Yep. When I first wake up, I'm a little groggy. I've never been a morning person, especially when it doesn't matter when my morning is, at night or in the morning, but it takes me a little while to get my head together. I just got to do my things. I don't like having dishes in the sink, and I got to feed Marvin, let him out, make sure he's happy.
Hi, Tay.
You're not asleep yet, Tay.
Nope, you can't sleep.
It's still early.
Excuse me. Gosh.
Still got to do the Sprite challenge.
I could probably rock it tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm just full of burps.
Are you allowed to use the straw in the Sprite challenge?
Not from what I saw. You have to try to drink the whole bottle at once, and then.
I don't know. I have a hard time with carbonation. I used to be able, back in the old days, I used to be able to take a can of beer, chug it down in 3 seconds. Just right down. I can't do that anymore.
I never could.
Carbonation just wrecks me. It had to be a real light beer too, like a Miller Lite or something, something that's really light. I could put it down in a hurry, but I never understood these people that did funnels. You ever see people do a funnel before?
Oh yeah.
Funnel, just pour the beers right down. Oh my God. I would just puke watching that. We had this one guy we used to hang out. His name was Al. And he was 6'3", big boy, real big boy, man. We took a 12-pack and just kept dumping them. One of us stood on top of a wood stump and poured them in while he had the funnel going. Just going. Boom. He'd do a whole 12-pack.
Ow.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
Some of these people have a way of opening their throats so they don't even have to do the throat, the swallow reflex, it just pours down like Niagara Falls.
I'd drown.
Can't do that.
Be like waterboarding.
Yeah, he was born with a gift. That's for sure.
I don't know if that's a gift.
And my sister was in the same grade as his sister, and she was built like a telephone booth too. She could do the same thing. She was something in that family. I don't know what it is, but they could put beer away like crazy. I was always more into just enjoying it, because when I really liked beer, I liked the taste of it, and I used to sit around, with my buddies, and we'd always have a different type of beer, and we would switch, and we sit there and do a a diagnosis of the taste, like review each beer and like, can you taste that? Can you taste that? Is that light? Is that heavy? Is that barley-ish? Does it taste more like a wheat beer? It's like, we had fun doing that, just tasting different stuff. But back then it was a lot
I
different.
never liked the taste.
No?
I never liked any of it. No. I never thought any of it tasted good. I don't know why. I guess just different people's taste buds, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
and wine too. I never liked any wine I ever tried. I just thought it was disgusting.
I hate wine. I will not drink wine. Most hard liquors I don't like. I do like tequila. I like the taste of it. I think there's something about it that just has like a what? Marilyn Manson looked like an anglerfish with black makeup on. I like Marilyn Manson. I actually saw him in concert, Tay, long time ago.
He gives me the creeps.
He's changed a lot. He's like, he's went through like a transformation. Like now he's like reborn, and he's not like drinking.
Marilyn Manson?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's creepy.
I watched an interview. Yeah.
Does he look normal?
Well, I mean, as normal as he can. I mean, he's covered from tattoos. He's covered in tattoos from his his toenails to his eyelids. I mean, but I mean, as far as himself, I guess he's changed. He's lost a lot of weight. He's not drinking or anything, and because he wasn't making money for a while, he was. Yeah, he's wound up with Johnny Depp partying and everything, and because they're like best friends, and
Really?
yeah, yep.
Wow.
He's old too. He's older than me. He's older than me too. He's got to be pushing 60, So I mean, that lifestyle can't go on like that for that long. I mean, but yeah, he.
Well, so's Johnny Depp. Isn't he like 60 or?
Yeah, at least.
I think he's cool as heck, though.
I like his movies. I really do. I like his band too. His band is really cool.
I think he's hot.
You do? Me too.
Oh yeah.
If you think he's hot, you should watch The Trent. The Trent kind of looks like Johnny Depp. I don't know if you've ever seen it. The Trent, Trent, The Trent. He does food reviews, but he's like a real. He's funny. He's like really. He's got kind of like my sense of humor, And he just hit 1,000 subscribers, and yeah, he does. I wish I could put a picture up of him, but
Hey,
he does look like Johnny Depp.
hey, where you come up with these things?
It looked like a plastic bag left in the pantry for years. Yeah. That's a good one.
Plastic bag.
I don't have any tattoos.
Me either.
I always thought about it, but I'm like allergic.
So
I'm allergic to
get
stuff.
this story.
Huh?
Get this story. My daughter gets her first job, right? And she goes to work in the sporting goods store with like one of my best friends I've been friends with since I was probably 17. Okay. So she goes to work with her, and my best friend has like tons of tattoos, this big sleeve and all these tattoos all over her. And so she's like, my daughter's name is Emily. So my friend's like, hey, Emily, we should get you a tattoo, and we should convince your mom to get a tattoo too while you're at it. And I'm dead set against tattoos. Okay. I just don't want that. For one, like I would get tired of it. I love the art. I would love to like give someone a tattoo, but I don't want tattoos on my body. So she said, Emily says out of the mouths of children, she says, well, my mom wouldn't want a tattoo because she says that you look like a truck stop whore if you have tattoos.
Oh my God.
Like, Emily, why would you say that?
A lot lizard.
I was like, girl, don't say that. And she's like, well, that's what you said, Mom. So, like, of course, my friend messages me and she's like, truck stop whores, huh? I was like, what? I was like, well, that's what my dad always told me. So, of course, like, I told Emily, or like, get them on her face and all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, I'm not a dead set against all tattoos if they're tasteful. But, you know, when I was in nursing school, though, the instructors told us, they're like, if you have a tattoo that shows anywhere on your body, you better find a way to get it removed or you're out of the program. You know what I mean? Like if it showed on your neck or hand, anywhere. Like, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad I don't have tattoos, because there were some women that were kicked out of the nursing program for having tattoos. So it's like,
That's what I was told.
it's just not for me, right? But leave it to my daughter to say that. And I was like, oh.
When I was in college for taking radiology technology.
Say that again. I lost you.
When I was in college taking, classes for radiology tech, I had this like long, dark red hair. And she's like, I hope you know you can't go into the hospital, do your internship looking like that. She's like, there's no way they're going to allow it. So I had to cut it and dye it like tried to go back to my normal color, which is like a dark brown. And God, it looked like shit. I didn't want it. Oh, I hated it. But yeah, they told me, no, none of that in the hospital. No, no, no. I would like to get a tattoo. I think the sleeves are pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the problem with me is I'm so allergic to everything. I'd hate to find out, like 10 minutes into the tattoo, I'm going into some like, what do you call it? Like, just having some allergic reaction that they have to stop. You know what I mean? It's like, then what do I do? It's like,
yeah.
I don't know. Plus,
You don't know about that dye.
A tattoo like that, I mean, you're looking at big dollars too. You're looking at like, yeah, that's cool, Tay. Something like that around your wrist. Yeah, I would go for something like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we lost Jane. Yeah, tattoos are expensive, especially if you want a good one. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I'd be willing to dump out $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for a tattoo. Well, Tay, just listen and you'll fall asleep. You don't have to be in the chat. If you want to just relax and lay there and listen, maybe you'll fall asleep. Yeah. I don't know. I think tattoos look good on guys, but I don't know. Some women, they overdo it. You know what I mean? It's like, you kind of want to see skin too. You don't want to see all ink. Maybe like something small, or something hidden. Like these old war vets, You got booted. I didn't boot you. Your mom, they look like somebody put them on with a magic marker, Tay. You know, like one of those ink Sharpies. Okay, Jane. I've seen some really bad tattoos. Oh my God. Really, really bad. I would not want that on me. A magic marker. Yeah. Some of them look like that. There are some cool tattoos that some of these rock stars, they got lots of money, so they can get anything they want and it looks nice. It's done by a real professional. Yeah. I don't know if I would get one, I'd probably get one like right here on my shoulder. I'd want to get that Eddie Van Halen guitar, the Frankenstrat, have that put on there. I thought that'd be something I'd like. Damn. How's my dog? Yeah, I remember that one. Yep. Remember he's trying to have his daughter wash it off. He thought if she scrubbed hard enough it would come off. Yeah, that was funny. My ass stinks. Yep. Angry Grandpa. I used to love watching him. He was funny as hell. That one where he bashed his door out. Remember, he didn't like the door in his front porch, so he's like hitting it with like a baseball bat or a hammer or something. Smashed it all out. Then his son wouldn't buy him a new door, so he had to put cardboard over it and everything. I don't watch Kid Behind a Camera. I'm not into that. I think he's boring and stupid. I don't care. There's nothing interests me there. I only watched it when Angry Grandpa was in there. I can't handle him. I don't know. He's too much. I can't handle him. I like his wife though, or his girlfriend there. What's her name? Bridget. She's a little cutie pie. I like her.
I'm back.
Yeah, getting bad signal back there.
Yeah, something. I lost the computer went out and my phone. So,
Wow. Working that bandwidth tonight. Mike's got the TV on and everything.
yeah, he fell asleep. The TV's on pause in there, and I hear Dylan playing upstairs. He's must be in a war.
Yeah, maybe someday you'll get high speed out there.
Yeah, I'm still considering Starlink.
So what is that, like about $100 a month?
Yeah. After I buy the equipment, whatever that runs.
My sister had HughesNet. You ever hear of that?
Yeah, it's really, I don't know. My neighbors had it and they didn't like it.
No, it's very slow and it's very expensive.
Yeah. That's what they said.
Yeah,
It's going to
not
be a
good.
while now because found out today my dryer is cracked. It's got a big, huge crack in the back and my washer's leaking. And then we need a new refrigerator. And I was hoping we were going to get a couch for Christmas. So I'm like, oh no. So that's all out. It's like, now we have to prioritize. So I'm like, okay, rethink that one. Let's think again. The couch can wait.
Washer and dryer at the same time. Oh my God. When it
Yeah.
rains, it pours. How old's your
Yeah,
wife?
but I'm thinking maybe, the washer and dryer are probably 10 years old. We hate them. They're those front load. So we kind of looked at some regular ones at Lowe's today, but I was like, oh, he just kind of sprung that on me, which I did see the crack in the dryer, but he said, well, the washer, there was water, a little bit of water under the washer. I'm like, well, it probably came from the dryer when you put the wet clothes in there, and it probably, I don't know, but he knows more about that than I do.
Our dryer's like 25 years old. It works like a top. We had a guy come in and it needed a new timer. He put that in, cleaned it all out and everything, and works great, but we go through washers about once every 9-10 years. This one I just bought last year, and I told you it's one of those high efficiency ones, so I don't know.
Well,
Tay's in a mood tonight. You see him?
let me try to read that.
He sounds like me.
Oh, that's terrible. That's siblings. I know about that. My brothers burnt my Barbie dream house. They burn it to the ground.
I used to shoot my sister's dollhouse with a BB gun. She had this like big wooden one. It was really nice. I'd shoot it, it'd go through it, and the BB would stick into her wall.
No, they burnt mine. I had this big motorhome too, and they were my favorite things. And they took them both. They just took them both. And they used to tell me they were going to sneak in my room at night and put paprika in my eyes. That was their thing.
Oh my God.
That's where I learned to fight. I had to kick their butts. They would team up on me. I had 2 older brothers. And that's where I learned to be evil and fight.
I think the worst thing I did to my sister, I spit in her garbage can one time, and she went off, she was probably like 9-10 years old. You should have heard the words coming out of her mouth. She's like, you fat piece of garbage spitting in my garbage can. Are you wait? I'm calling mom at work, and oh my God.
It'd be funny if I could get my brother up here. That would be funny if he could tell the story. He called me the club fist. That's what he said I had, because they would attack me or something, and I would run after them with my fist like this and hit them right in the middle of their back.
Oh.
So he would say it was a club fist.
Is your brother pretty tall?
Just my height, 5'10". Yeah, they would just bug and pick, and they were really bad about it. My mom just let them do it. So finally my dad said, Missy, quit taking their crap. And I was like, okay, then it's on. So it's and I was really good with my feet. I had really strong legs and feet, and I could just kick them. I could just kick their butts and till they back off. And then they learn. They leave me alone. But sometimes a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do.
In the summertime, me and my sister were left alone for a few hours because my mom had to go to work and my dad wouldn't get home till 4 or 5 o'clock. And, we'd get bored and stuff. We'd watch shows on TV, and if we were really rambunctious, we'd do this thing. We'd have a penny fight where we each get a big pile of pennies, and we take pizza pans and pop whatever we could find as a shield. And she sit at one side of the house, and I would sit at the other side, and we would whip them at each other, trying to hit them, And those were good times. Those were funny. That was a good time.
Yeah, my brothers used to do that with 45s.
Oh my God.
They were awful. They were bad.
with 45.
They do that do that with my 45s, okay?
Oh,
And they
the
did it.
45 records.
Yeah, the
Oh,
records.
I thought you were talking about handguns.
No, the 45 records, and they would whip them at the neighbors' roofs and stuff when we lived in Virginia. Yeah,
Funny.
all my Neil Sedaka records. I was like, what? I was like in second grade, and I was like, why are all my records disappearing? They were bad.
We used to do bad things with fireworks, like because on the weekends we'd always have our woods parties out, and they had like huge amount of woods in our neighborhood. And after we got bored, we'd go up. There was like a park, like in the neighborhood where we'd all hang out, and there was like a little like a picnic area with a roof and everything. And we'd sit under there and take bottle rockets and shoot them at people's houses.
Oh yeah.
And then they'd call the law, and the law would come, and they could never catch us because we would just like bolt out into the woods and shit and run through the yards. They could never catch us, but that was fun.
Oh yeah.
We take there's this bike rack, okay, that like a big huge bike rack everybody put their bikes on. We would take that thing, take like 2 or 3 of us, and we put it on top of the roof of that little like picnic area, so that the guys from the town would have to come the next day and get up there and bring it down. That
one year,
the tennis court, take the tennis court, what do you call it? The netting. We take that all down and fold it up into a nice little square, so they have to come up and put that back on. Shit like that,
My mom had a scanner, and she had a decoder, so when they scrambled it, she could like flip a switch and hear what they were doing. And I think it was around the 4th of July, and my brothers had to go big. Okay, they always had to go bigger. They couldn't settle for the regular fireworks and all that. So my oldest brother, he had been in the Army and stuff. So one year they decided they were going to build a pipe bomb. And my mom and I were in the house, and she was like pleading with them, don't do it, because the cops were going to come. People would call the sheriff, and we lived out a little bit. So we had a little bit of time, okay, before the sheriffs would get there. And they were always coming, because someone would report my brothers for their dirt bikes or whatever. And at this point, my brothers were older. Okay, they were like in their 20s. And so, they built the pipe bomb, and we were just in the kitchen, and they were a good couple 100 yards away down in the lower yard of my mom's. And that thing went off. Oh my gosh. It blew like a 3-foot hole in the yard. And my mom ran out there screaming and yelling. And I think my husband was there at the time, and he was like, oh my God. Luckily, we were in the house, and it wasn't long before over the scanner came. And my mom was like, you better fill that hole in and get that out of here. I was like, I don't know how they didn't blow themselves up or die. Like they should not have survived childhood at all. They were like so bad.
So what was the sound like when that thing went off?
Like what you would think of.
Like a stick of dynamite?
Not that loud, but yeah, loud. And they were laughing. They were just laughing. They thought that was the greatest thing.
Oh my God.
Also, we were just really good.
I would have loved to have been there for that.
Do you remember the old snuff, like that was brown powder? It used to come in the cans, like big thick cans, and it was. Well, before smokeless snuff, it was a powder, a real loose, fine brown powder.
Yeah.
My dad worked for Big Tobacco.
You snort it, right?
Yeah. Well, he would get like cases and cases of it because, he worked for the tobacco company, and he would have to put it in the stores at this time and take it all around. He would have hundreds and hundreds of those cans. So my brothers would get into it, and they weren't supposed to. So they would pretend they were bombs, and they would loosen the lids on those, and they would throw them at each other. And then, when that would hit, that powder would fly and go. So my dad would be like, he would come home from his business trips and find out like that cases of this powder was missing and stuff. And I'll never forget that. I was like, I never got involved in anything my brothers did because they were always in trouble. And I was just like, not
That
going
sounds
there, not touching that.
Sounds like fun to me.
No, they were bad. And my little brother was like 3.5 years younger than me. And he was into those little army men, the little plastic ones.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just sit in the backyard and dig, with a spoon and make little paths and have matchbox cars and little army men set them up.
Mhm.
Well, my brothers, the older brothers would take the firecrackers and set them up. And they're like, oh, let's do a real war, Scott. So they would light firecrackers and blow those army men to smithereens. And they're like, we're going to show you what the real world's like. So it wasn't long before my mom would have to take them to the store and buy more army men and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's a riot.
We're talking my little brother was probably 6. And then he would cry because his army men were blown up. And I was like, oh my gosh, someone needs. When my dad's away on business, that's how life went.
Me and my friend up the street, when we were like 5th, 6th grade, we were like pyromaniacs. We loved to burn stuff. We would take remote control cars and like fill them full of gas and like drive them out in the road and stuff while they're on fire. We're like, oh, look at it. It's like Beavis and Butthead, like, oh my God, look at that. Yeah, it's burning up. Fucking thing is still driving. You got flames coming out and black smoke. It was like, oh man, I wish we had that on camera. That would have been fun.
Why are guys like that? I mean, yeah. Why is it a fire thing?
I don't know. We just loved having fire.
Blowing up stuff and fire.
Yeah, we used to drive around. My buddy had a pickup, okay? And on garbage night, we drive around looking for cool things to pick up and, like smash. Well, somebody was throwing out a toilet, okay? And we picked that thing up and we were going down. It was like probably 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. We were in the back of the truck. We pushed it off the truck and it went smash. It went everywhere in the middle of the road. We just thought that was the funniest fucking thing. We would take like old couches and shit and put them on the railroad tracks and watch the train hit them. Shopping carts.
Oh my God.
Just put it right on the fucking train track. We put a refrigerator on there. Train. It was nothing for the train. The train would just hit it. Pieces would go everywhere. And we're like, yeah, that was great.
We never had train tracks near us.
No, man.
That's crazy.
It was fun. That was before internet. Then things got boring.
I didn't do any of that kind of stuff. I stayed out of trouble.
So what did you do to keep yourself busy?
I played sports and hung out with my friends, and I was always on my roller skates and bicycle, and we had a basketball court, big. We had the big flat driveway in the neighborhood and the big flat yard with the kickball area, and we just back then we went to everybody's houses all the time. You know what I mean? We were sociable, so
yeah.
We were busy from the time we got home from school until dark. We didn't like sit in our rooms and our homes, and I just knew to stay away from my brothers. First of all, they were going to pick on me to death. Second of all, they were in trouble, and I wasn't going to get in trouble. But
I just thought of another thing we used to do. We should find like old tent poles and stuff in the garbage, and wait for the ground to be real muddy, and we take these poles and fill them full of mud, right? And when cars drove by, we'd whip the pole, and the mud would go flying out and hit the car. It was like so accurate, It was a funny.
Oh my gosh.
Mud go. It was just like wherever you aimed that pipe, the mud would come out and go boom. hit the car or hit the house. You had to do it at night, and you had to be wearing dark clothing. But
Wow.
hey, that's how we entertained ourselves. It was funny, you know. I don't remember anybody ever getting in trouble, except one time we had this like little like flood wall type thing down at the bottom of my hill, and we'd go at the top of that flood wall when it was snowing, and we'd throw snowballs at cars driving by. Well, my friend JJ hit this guy, and it broke his window, and he was a cop. He was a cop, okay? And he knew exactly where we were. And we didn't think anything of it, you know? And we're there doing our thing. All of a sudden, out of the blue, this guy comes. And he's like grabbed a couple of, he's a big dude. His name's Chuck. Big dude. And he's like, who the fuck threw that snowball? And we all said, JJ threw it. We didn't stick up for him. We're like, we didn't want nothing to do with this dude. And of course, JJ was like, yeah, I did it. He took him home. He took JJ, put him in his car, drove him to his house, talk about illegal, did a background check on him, everything, called his parents because he was a sheriff. And oh man, that scared the shit out of us. So we were done with that. That whole thing was like, whoa. No more of that.
Wow.
You never know who you're dicking around with.
Right?
But
I'm
yeah.
lucky my kids never did any of that. My kids never got into any kind of trouble like that. Thank goodness.
Oh God, my parents would have killed me. They would have killed me if they found out. I got arrested one time when I was 19 for hitting mailboxes. And I didn't want to tell my parents, so I went and I hired a lawyer to get me out of it. And oh my God, it was me and two other kids. We were hitting mailboxes, right? And we were in an area we didn't know. So this one house had a really nice farm. It was like a barn type of mailbox. It had like the little wind thing with the northeast, west, south shit, you know, on top. Really nice mailbox.
Weather vane.
I took this. It was a 42-inch wrecking bar. I still have the paperwork from the courthouse, right? So I hit this fucking thing, and it smashes. Plastic goes everywhere. We're laughing our asses off. I jump in the car. My friend Josh is driving, right? We go up the street, and it's a dead end. And we're like, oh, shit, now what? So we're like thinking we could turn around in this one wooded area and maybe drive through someone's backyard and get back on the road. Well, he drives into a swamp, and the fucking car is like, this car is sinking, right? So like the mud is like up to where the windows are. So we jump out and we get out of there because the guy's coming up the street. We can hear his truck coming. He's yelling. So we ran out of there and ran back to whose house was it? My buddy's house to get his car. And for some reason, we were too stupid. We went back. We thought maybe we could pull it out. But on the way there, this flatbed passes us by, right? And my friend's like, hey, isn't that your car, Josh? I'm like, I looked at it. I go, oh, no, I don't think that's his car. It was dark out. You know, it was like 2:00 in the morning. I was like, no, it's not his car. And we go back up to the end of the street. And boom, all these fucking lights come on. There was like 4 state troopers sitting up there waiting for us. I'm like, oh, shit. So they take each one of us and they put us in their car, and they're like questioning us. You know, they want to hear the story from each one of us to see who's the liar and whatever. But we all told the same. We figured, you know, fuck it. We're friends. We just told the truth about everything. So they ended up taking us to the state police barracks. You know, we got our mug shots taken and, you know, our fingerprinting done and everything. And they ended up letting us go on our own recognizance, I guess that's called. And oh shit, the next day where I'm calling, I'm like, what the hell are we gonna do? Because we have to go to court and everything. This is gonna turn it. This is like a federal crime. We were smashing mailboxes.
Yeah.
That's a federal. That's like almost like I don't know if it was a felony, but it was a federal offense. So the first thing I did, I was like, I had some money stashed away. Thank God. I called this lawyer because my buddy got hit by a drunk driver. Okay. And his car got flipped over. Well, his car was full of beer. It flipped the car over and all the beer was all over the road and everything. And he got arrested and he got out of it. The lawyer who got him out of it because he wasn't drunk, but the other guy was drunk. But I used that guy's lawyer and I went down there. I was 19. I never been to a lawyer or any deal with anything like that. And they're like, yeah, we'll take your case. We just need $500. I'm like, all right, give him $500. And we had a court case, which they said you didn't have to go to, but if you want to go, just sit outside. We'll let you know. I think they knew something before, but thank God I got a lawyer because she comes walking out. She's like, you're free to go. She's like, yeah, the police screwed up your paperwork and they didn't file certain things they were supposed to file. And, the judge had to release it. So thank God, I didn't have to deal with any of that. But
You got lucky.
I got lucky. I learned my lesson. But yeah, that's my getting arrested story.
We still get people do that out in this area, smash mailboxes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Weird. You got a lot of
it's been,
you got a lot of houses out there?
I mean, yes and no. There's enough that you can do it, but not enough that you can get caught. You know what I mean? Like,
see, another thing is we hit like maybe 20 mailboxes, okay? And none of the people filed any complaints or anything. So that was a good thing. People called and said, hey, there's someone out there hitting boxes. But, when it came down to it, nobody wanted to press charges. So that was cool. And
can't do it now. Everyone has cameras now.
Yeah. But
You'd be in trouble.
I was scared shitless. Seriously. I was like, oh no. I was like, I can just see my mom beating the shit out of me, even at 19. She'd be like, you. And the weirdest thing is, my dad knew about it the whole time, and he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything until like 2 years later. He's like, I know you got arrested. I saw it in the newspaper. But I didn't say anything. Because at the same time, my mom was graduating college. She had like a week or two to go before she graduated. And that's why I didn't want to upset my mom or anything and screw that up for her, stress her out. So, and I'm sure my dad appreciated that. So it's like, it was funny to hear it from him. He's like, we were sitting at work one day and this woman I work with came up with me with the newspaper and showed me. She's like, do you know this person? He's like, yeah, it's my son. But I wasn't that bad of a kid. I didn't really do a whole lot of bad things.
Well, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I guess. But I have a clean record.
Or thank your lucky stars.
Yep. Well, we got nobody watching, so.
Is it bedtime?
Is it bedtime for you?
Yeah, just about. I'll be up at 5.
You don't have PT tomorrow, do you?
No, not till Thursday. Thank goodness.
So
but I might go to town.
Are you still feeling pretty good though?
Yeah, not too bad. It'll hit when I lay down, but I have a neck brace. I'm thinking about wearing it, a collar.
Yeah.
Because it seems to help at night to keep it stable. So,
Right.
and I want to go. I think I want to go Christmas shopping tomorrow a little bit.
Yeah.
Take advantage of feeling better. You know, I love that. I love getting out and getting exercise, and so I might
Yeah,
do that. Might wake
if
up
you're-
early.
If you're feeling good, take advantage of it. Get out
Oh
there.
yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So I'll call it here. How's that? And I think
yeah,
it's a good time. I think we had a good night.
yeah,
Thanks for
yeah.
thanks
Perfect
for
time.
coming up, and it was a nice stream. So I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Get some rest.
Yeah.
And we'll do it again
I'll
soon.
talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night. Bye, everybody.
Night. Bye.
Peace.